Hello, welcome. I am Martina and I'm here with Christina. Christina, you want to say hi?
Good morning, everyone.
And we are your podcast hosts. And we were inspired to create this podcast after pondering on this question. What would the world look like where we can be inspired by every person? Now, our immediate way of being is to compare and judge, right? That's immediate. It's always immediate. And when we do that, there's always someone losing. So depending on my point of view, I can either feel small or arrogant, right? Arrogant and dismissive. That would be mine, right? Hello. And those are the only two options from that perspective when we're judging and comparing. And here's our thought. Someone's everyday normal is someone else's extraordinary. Judgment comes from first impressions. So we invite you, the listener, to go beyond first impressions and see the magic everywhere. I mean, there's inspiration in every corner, in everyone, if you're willing to look. So that is, that's what we want to do here. So we thought that we would start by introducing ourselves, right? So actually to interview each other as we're going to continue with this process. So Christina is going to go first. So let me tell you a little bit about her. So Christina is a native New Yorker. She was born and raised in Brooklyn and currently lives in St. Louis. And she's been a massage therapist and energy healer for over 20 years. And she loves studying anything that will add to her healing box. So she mixes body work and energy and essential oils and sound vibrations and so many more things to customize intuitive sessions. And she enjoys life with her partner, Nick, and their husky, Stella, and the tabby cat, Hollywood. She loves to travel. She's been on many trips with me. She loves to hike, practice yoga, listen to music, and of course, attend blues hockey games. She turned all my kids onto it. She's a geek when it comes to how bodies move and finding the root cause of dysfunctions. Helping people find their happiness in their bodies is her greatest passion. And I've met Christina about 30 years ago when we were working together in this course, like at Landmark Education, actually. And it wasn't an easy beginning. Christina might tell you a little bit about that. But we became fast friends, and she's the godmother of one of my children. She's the honorary godmother of all of them. And we've been, I like to call it partner in crime, which is not really the right word, but we've been doing so many things together and just playing together. And so it's just an honor and privilege to be here with you.
An honor and privilege to be here with you too.
Thank you. So, Christina, my first question to you is, can you answer this sentence? If you really knew me, you would know.
I think if you really knew me, you would know that I am a curious, playful spirit. I love to learn new things about people I meet. It's part of why I love to travel, is just to experience people in their own worlds and how different cultures do things. So ultimately, that's what, if you knew me, you would know I'm just all about play. Life is to just be experienced, and and I just want to enjoy all of it, right? I'm here to play with whoever wants to play. Like, that's what I'm on this earth for.
Thank you. Yes, you are. I know that. So So tell us something funny, silly, or maybe even embarrassing about yourself.
Hmm. Embarrassing. Hmm. I don't have a great, maybe go back to embarrassing. I don't have one of those right off the top of my head.
Well, I have one. Can I
Oh,
share it?
good. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I remember one time when you flew into LaGuardia.
Oh, I do totally remember. I know exactly where you're going with this one. All right. So I'm standing waiting for Martina to pick me up at LaGuardia Airport, and I've got my carry-on bag and my bags, and I'm talking to her, and she's like, "I'm here," and I'm looking for her. And as I go to find her, I splat. I fall flat on my face. I land on my hands, smash my phone. The case cracks. I'm bleeding, and I just have to look and be like, "Oh, did anybody see that?" And then just the thought, "Did anybody see that?" just made me chuckle because it's like, really, that's what you're worried about right now? That's what you're bleeding, or you just broke your phone. You're worried, did anybody just see me fall? Did I look good when I fell? And that just made me crack up laughing. And I had to tell Martina as soon as I got in the car, like, "Oh, yeah, this is what just happened." And
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what I loved about that is that you said, well, I said, thank you, God, for teaching me humility, right? And just really like that playfulness, right? It's like, oops, it happened. I'm like, thank you. So beautiful, beautiful. Um, Tell us about the time when you took a chance for love.
Ah, so I'd say maybe this wouldn't be most people's, but since everything in life is all about love, I'd say my biggest chance for love was when I chose to leave New York for St. Louis. And I wouldn't say it was really about a man, although yes, there was someone I was dating in St. Louis that was part of the move. But I had really said yes to St. Louis when some friends had asked me to move. When I came out to be maid of honor at a friend's wedding and was out to dinner with them before the wedding, and her fiance asked me to move here. And when I asked them why, they said, "Because we love you and we miss you and we really want you here." And so to know that I had a community of friends in St. Louis that wanted me here, I just trusted the universe that that's where I needed to be at this point in my life. And the boyfriend didn't work out, but a new one came into the picture, so it didn't really matter. It was just really trusting the universe that I had been asked by these friends a number of times, and finally it felt like the right time for me to take that chance and make that move when I really, as a native New Yorker, it's hard to leave New York. And so to go to a city and not have a job or a place to live or anything lined up, and to just trust that it's the right place for me at this point in my life was a huge leap, and I'm really happy that I did it.
Mhm. And we miss you here in New York.
And I miss all my people in New York. Yes. Yes. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll wind up back in New York. Like, not attached to St. Louis, but it's been a good place for me to grow and learn and share these gifts that I've been given. Um, I, I think at the time when I moved to St. Louis, there was a bigger opportunity for me to make a bigger difference with my skill set here than in New York. And I don't know if that's true any, who knows, right? Like, that's just where I'm at right now. Who knows where the universe will push me next?
Who knows, right? So, what was your biggest lesson in life? Like, what made you who you are? What took the most courage? Like, or when did you stand up for something that mattered to you? I know there's many questions. Just pick one.
Yeah, I think there's definitely lots of pieces to that. And I, maybe there's a couple of answers here, but I think the biggest lesson I've learned it is that the answers don't come from my head. They come from my heart or the collective consciousness. But that I don't have to know all the answers. I just have to trust that the universe always has my back, and it's always going to work out no matter what I choose. And so can I choose what's really going to make me the happiest, or can I just choose and be okay with whether it's right or wrong? It's the choice I'm making in the moment. Um, and there are no wrong answers. So can I just play and have fun and empower whatever choice I'm making in the moment?
Did anything specific happen to get you there, or is it just in general? Like it's a lifelong lesson, right? It's a lifelong lesson, but
There's definitely lots, but I can tell you I remember having a moment, God, probably about 15 years ago, where I was sitting in my apartment in Lafayette Square in St. Louis, and it was like October, and the heater went out, and it was really cold. It was like, I don't know, in the 30s, and I had no heat in my apartment, and my landlord was making no promises to when I was going to have heat. And then my car died in front of my apartment. And then there was a third thing that went wrong. And I was sitting here definitely having one of those like feeling sorry for myself moments and why is everything going wrong? And and then I just started chuckling, like, wow, what a powerful manifester I am. Like, look at all this chaos I am creating. And I'm not even focusing on creating chaos, but I'm doing a magnificent job at it. And so, what can I actually create if I actually like got clear about what I was creating? And I also stopped in that moment. I remembered an email that I had about, you know, if you have a computer or a car, you're doing better than however many percentage of people in this world, right? And so I started chuckling to myself, well, I have a car, doesn't work, but I have one. I can even live in there. And that could be a car and a home. Like I just need to flip my perspective, because even the things I'm crying about are, I still have a better life than most people. And so get over yourself, like, and get focused. What are you putting your energy into?
hmm.
And that really it just created a trajectory that worry energy does not get me anything but more crap to worry about. And so why would I ever waste my headspace there? It's just not a good place. And yes, do you go there? Of course, but I catch myself quicker and quicker when I'm there, because I know it is not going to get me anything that I want in life. It's not a headspace that gets me anything that I really want. So I try not to live there.
That's beautiful, and it's so extremely powerful, right? And it's, I assume, because I look at myself, it's a work in progress, right? It's like today,
Always.
yes, today I mastered it. Tomorrow, well, no, right? So it's a move, like I've been pondering on, do you have life or does life have you, right? And that's exactly that, right? It's yeah.
And it shifts every moment, but then you can catch yourself, and that's the name of the game, right? Is knowing that you're in charge of everything that's going on in your experience. And so how am I choosing to experience the gifts I'm given in every moment, in every day? Most of us, even the guy who cut you off on the way to work, there's still a gift there. Maybe he's stopping you from the accident that's down the road, or maybe he's just there to get you to shift your headspace again. Like, whoa, I am not being a kind human in the moment when I'm in my car. Maybe I need to slow down and shift my headspace. So
Yeah, or maybe I need to be more present, right?
right,
Because
right,
I barely missed him, or whatever. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, there is lessons everywhere, isn't there? Aren't there? Yeah. So what fills you up?
What fills me up? I'd say number one is my self-care, right? Yoga, drinking my water with my electrolytes, eating healthy foods, uh, trying to get enough sleep, which in my menopausal world is not as easy as it used to be. Um, Spending time with the people I love, having conversations that stretch or help me see things from a new perspective. Being out in nature, getting my feet in the grass or the sand or the water. But and in the simplest forms, just spending time with the dog and the cat and cuddling with them, and just that pure unconditional love that hanging out with the pets gives back to you. And taking care of my 70 plants in my apartment, which give back also in a different way than the pets do. Yeah. And inside of my self-care is also playing with my essential oils, which just another piece of that puzzle, and my crystals and the many, many tools I have around my apartment to help ground me and remind me that I don't have to have all the answers, that I can have lots of things around me to inspire me and help do the work. I don't have to do it all myself, right?
Beautiful. What do you consider to be your superpower?
I have two superpowers. I have the superpower of reflecting people's greatness back to them and really holding that space for them, even when they don't see it themselves. And my second superpower is play. I bring play to the equation. Even when people don't see that it's an opportunity to play, I will still remind them that it's always an opportunity to play.
Mm. Yes, you absolutely do that. So if you had a magic wand and could give people any quality, any quality, what would it be?
I think I'd give them all compassion. I think when you can have compassion for yourself and for others, then you have a lot more ability to be generous in how you are with people, to step over things that you would normally get triggered by, to see yourself in other people before you judge them. And so yeah, I think compassion, because when you have compassion for yourself and others, you're not so apt to judge and beat yourself and others up for just being human.
I'm so inspired.
So too.
Who or what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, if you could be anything or anyone, what would you be and why?
Well, I don't want to grow up, Martina.
So if there were no restrictions or limitations, right? If there were no restrictions or limitations, you could do anything, be anything, what would that be?
I would want to just honestly be me, but be doing more of the same. I want to be traveling and healing people wherever I go, right? Like, I want to just be able to travel and share my gifts with as many people as I possibly can, and teach any, I teach people in airports about how to sit on yoga balls. Like, I am open to sharing if I'm in the grocery store or in the airport, or it just doesn't matter. Like, that's what I'm here to do. And so I guess I just want more freedom to be able to do that, right? The more time I get to just be sharing what I have to share. That's really all I want to do.
Hear more of you.
And share it with as many people as possible. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So here's the last question, okay? What are you most proud of? Like, what do you consider your biggest accomplishment?
I think I'm most proud of trusting my inner guidance and and shifting careers from accounting to massage and healing arts. It was a huge conversation to do that, and I didn't have a lot of support from my family and friends when I had this crazy idea to switch careers. Um, but it's truly who I am. It sources my life, and um, it it's what I put on this planet to do. Um, so yeah, so trusting the guidance of the universe is what I'm most proud of. Yeah.
Mm. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing who you are, sharing your essence with us. I love it. I love you. You know that. I'm just so blessed to have you in my life. Yeah, there's no words. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for this opportunity for me to represent that, right? Like we don't get this opportunity often to have this opportunity of self-reflection and what you've created in your life. And so it's a true blessing to be able to sit down with you um and to revisit these. And so thank you for that. What a true gift it is to have that presence in my life.
You're very, very welcome. And to you listeners, just thank you for being here, for listening, for participating. And if you love this, please share. Please share, let people know that we're doing this. Our aim is really to inspire people, because that just makes for a happier world, more peaceful world, more exciting world. And until next time, have a happy day. Bye.